September 8, 2014, from the University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, was the San Diego Chargers at the Arizona Cardinals. And what a game this was. Arizona had the ball first, and they would end up punting. The Chargers would then punt on their drive, and the Cardinals got the ball back. But then a fumble gave the Chargers the ball right back as Ellington fumbled. The Chargers were not able to turn that turnover into any points, and they would end up punting. The Cardinals would punt on their next drive, and then San Diego would go 3 and out and punt on their next drive to give Arizona the ball back as the first quarter came to a close. So Arizona started the second quarter with the ball, and they drove all the way down to the Chargers' 4-yard line, but they would have to settle for a field goal as Catanzaro hit a 22-yard field goal to make it 3-0 Arizona. San Diego would then punt on their next drive, and Arizona would go 3 and out, but their punt was actually blocked, and that gave the Chargers the ball on the Arizona 17-yard line. The Chargers failed to move the ball, and they would settle for a 36-yard field goal by Novak that tied the game up at 3 apiece. The Cardinals would end up punting on their next possession, and then the Chargers were moving down the field into Arizona territory across midfield, but Phillip Rivers then threw the game's only interception as Powers picked it off and gave the Cardinals the ball on their own 44. 3 plays later, they would kick a field goal as the half came to a close as Catanzaro hit a 44-yarder this time to give the Cardinals the lead 6-3 going into the locker rooms at halftime. The Chargers came out of the locker rooms fired up in the second half, and on their first drive of the half, they ended up scoring a touchdown as Phillip Rivers found Floyd for a 6-yard touchdown pass as the Chargers took the lead 10-6. Arizona would end up losing the ball on their next drive as Carson Palmer was sacked for an 8-yard loss, and Dwight Freeney ended up picking up the fumble. San Diego made short work of the short field as they had the ball on the Arizona 29, and 3 plays later, Ryan Mathews with his yellow shoes ran the ball in for a 20-yard touchdown that made the score 17-6. The Cardinals would punt on their next possession, and then the Chargers went 3 and out and were forced to punt as well. This gave the Cardinals back the ball as they brought the third quarter to a close and opened up the fourth, driving into San Diego territory all the way to the 5-yard line, where Carson Palmer found Taylor for a 5-yard touchdown pass as they brought the game to within 5 points at 17-12 after the 2-point conversion failed. San Diego then drove all the way across midfield, but they ended up having to punt the ball when Phillip Rivers fumbled when they were in field goal range. So they ended up coming off of the drive without any points and giving back the Cardinals the ball with less than 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Carson Palmer then brought the Cardinals all the way down the field and a short 13-yard pass to Brown as Brown took the short pass and then dinked and dunked and made his way to the end zone for the touchdown, which gave the Cardinals the lead. The 2-point conversion failed, but the Cardinals were ahead 18-17 with just over 2 minutes left to play. Phillip Rivers and the Chargers would attempt to come in from behind after leading all game, but they fell short as Larry Foote came up with a huge play as he batted the ball down on 4th and 2, and the Chargers would turn the ball over on possession, and the Cardinals would bring this game to an end after picking up a first down, and the final score was 18-17 as Arizona wins this game by 1 point. And in this game, Carson Palmer was 24 for 37 with 304 yards and 2 touchdowns. Phillip Rivers was 21 for 36 with 238 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Ellington was the game's leading rusher with 53 yards off 13 carries. And Floyd was the game's leading receiver with 119 yards off 5 receptions. Antonio Gates also had 81 yards off 6 receptions. and Floyd had 50 yards off of 4 receptions and a touchdown.